What is going on? My people, what's the word with y'all, man? Macworld Live in the building, live at 5. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Mac checking in. You dig? I've been having some, I don't even know if they technical difficulties, man. I don't know if they technical difficulties. What you want to call? What do I want to call this? It's like computers. Computers been farting. Cause it be like a ignorant technical hookup. What up, a nerd? What's going on with you? How you doing? How your day going today? I had me a nice slow day today. Um but everything was all good though. Monday is usually my slowest day. It's my slowest day in every regard, as far as work, as far as streaming. You know what I'm saying? It's just a slow day. Nice little slow day. I watched a I watched a good movie though over the weekend, and it was tripped out because it was a Tubi movie. And I was telling I was telling people about it, and it's so funny because um it was good. I never like the movie made me think, and exactly what it made me think was this. It made me think like the girl in the movie. And spoiler alert, but you should still watch the movie because it's good, right? But the girl in the movie, she started out young. Her mama was letting her do fast stuff and all that, letting her do all this stuff. Thought it was cute. You know what I'm saying? The grandmama was like, "Don't let her do that stuff. She gonna start taking to it. She gonna get into the a continuation of, you know what I'm saying, hood ratchery. You know what I mean? If that's a word, right? So she like, nah, don't let her do it, man. Don't let her do it. And the mama wasn't paying attention. Eventually, the grandmama passed away, so it's just the mama and the daughter. Mama ended up leaving with some dude, abandoning the daughter. So she started just kind of running the street, and she had one dude in particular that she was close with, and he was like, he gonna take care of her and all this and that. But dude was a smart dude though, like he was smart, like good in school, and you know what I'm saying, all that. So this was she gonna do, and this the toxicity right here. She gonna convince dude to be a credit card scammer. Like he was a smart programmer, computer programmer. She like, oh, you could be the king of cracking cards and all this and that. So, and she is a fine girl. Like, man, one woman, it been empires. You know what I'm saying? One whole man over here running the country, another dude over here running the whole country, and one woman could topple a whole empire, right? Because of the man want her like that. So she was like, you should crack cards and do all that. So we start doing it. Nah, little dude to go see his grandmama, and she'll be like, you still messing with that girl? And she be like, yeah. He like, yeah, man, you just don't know what she been through, and you don't understand her. And the grandmama was like, nah, fuck all that. Like, she's gonna drag you down. You know what I'm saying? Before it's too late. And so this would end up happening, right? He start thinking what his grandmama was saying, and he go back and he tell the girl, he like, you know what? He like, I'm done with this shit, man. Like, I ain't finna end up risking my freedom when I know I'm better than this. When I know I could go do some other shit, right? I could go to school. I'm good with this programming and shit. Why I gotta use it this way? And she like, why you wanna go to school? What you gonna do? School ain't gonna make you no money. I forgot what his name was and shit. So let's just say his name was John. She was like, school ain't gonna make you no money, John. Why you wanna quit hustling, John? You know what I'm saying? All riding his back, all that. You know what I'm saying? Fine girl. And then so we like, man, look. She was like, and then she said something crazy. She was like, and you ain't even hot yet. You ain't even hot yet. And he was like, what? He like, you don't get a memo when you hot. When you hot, you find out the hard way when they kicking your damn dough in and taking you to jail. You know what I'm saying? And then so she was like, damn, ain't no reasoning with him. And then so she busts out with this. She like, how you gonna stop cracking cars and hustling when we got a baby on the way. You know what I'm saying? Go tell dude she pregnant. Like last line of defense. So she narrating it, you know what I'm saying, for the people. And she like, men are so gullible, like they believe anything. And so he like, oh, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. You know, then to speed it up a little bit, he ended up going to jail like he thought he was. You know, the feds really, like in real life, is cracking down on that shit. You know, it was sweet for, it was like a sweet spot for a quick second where everybody was cracking cards and doing shit like that. Your mama, your daddy, you know what I'm saying, your grandmama, but that shit dead now. And there's some girls I knew that was cold at that shit. Living in a mansion. I knew a girl living in a mansion doing that shit. But guess what? I ain't heard from her ass in a long time. I ain't even seen her on Facebook. But anyway, he ended up going to jail, right? So as he go to jail, she basically she go to the strip club and stuff like that. She starts stripping. Some rappers see her. And they like, damn, we ain't seen you in here. You know what I'm saying? They want to put her in a video or whatever. They put her in the video. And the video kind of blew her up. Like, dude ain't knowing about this because he in jail. He thinking she just out being a good mom, going to school, all that shit, right? So she in the video. The rappers start giving her the little money. She start blowing her head up and stuff. The girls in the club get her hooked on powder and all that stuff, like, cause she was a little nervous, and they like, oh, you need to. And it was a annoying ass girl in there. She was like, you need to pop a perky, okay? You need to pop a beanie, okay? And then got her to, you know, start popping and all that. And y'all know how that go. Y'all done, I'm pretty sure anybody from the hood, you done seen some of the finest, baddest girls, man, fall victim to them pills and shit, especially them perks. You know what I'm saying? That's where the $40 holler came from, these hoes on perks. They need $40. They need $40 to get 2 perks, but not no more though. Perk gonna cost you a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so no, in the end though, he ended up getting a degree while he was in jail. She ended up finding out she got HIV positive or whatever, right? But it was just crazy because I was thinking about how her life went down the drain just from simply trying to live a fast life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you usually see, and this is what I mean, let me break it down for y'all. Like, usually you hear about the person being on drugs, or they came from this certain type of environment. Now, mind you, her mama was letting her be fast and stuff like that, but her grandmama wasn't on that, right? So she had like some type of structure, but it was simply just chasing that life. Like, she wanted to be, she seen herself as too pretty, and like her ass was too fat to work a job. You know what I'm saying? She like, I'm not working no job. My booty too big. You know what I'm saying? What I look like working a job and shit like that. And I was just thinking, like, how many people is it out here, man, that know better and they can do better? They know better, they do better, they capable. Like, it be before the kids, it be before the drug problems, it be before anything, but they just don't see themselves doing nothing but chasing that certain lifestyle. Like, they like to live on the edge. They want to be around the niggas that's doing this and doing that. You could be with a nigga, you know what I'm saying, a man with a job, you know what I'm saying, or you could be around some niggas with some money, you know what I'm saying, and you know they getting it. However, you know, you think it's like, oh, I'm right there, but I'm not involved, you know what I mean? And I be thinking how many people end up fucked up just chasing that life. And I was looking at the clip today, right? One of the clips today. The girl, she with this dude. She get with the dude. The dude is out. He out for 7 bonds on like 7 felonies. You know what I'm saying? So, and he get her pregnant, all that stuff, right? So I know she thinking like, oh, okay, you know, he like this or like that, but he ain't gonna do it to me. You know how the songs be playing it up, like, yeah, I gotta, you know how, like, if you listen to a Moneybagg Yo song, it's like, man, I'm a gangster, but she's so toxic, I love her though, man. You know what I'm saying? And they be thinking like they finna have this toxic love story with this thug, you know what I'm saying? But man, he shot her and the baby. I could say that, right, YouTube? I didn't say killed, Irish killed. He Irish killed her, you know what I'm saying? But he shot, she tried to, in these situations, you get the kids involved, and she tried to like, no, I got the baby. Man, he shot her, the baby. I'm talking about not skint the baby or nick the baby. No, he shot the baby and her. You know what I mean? Like, and it made me think about the movie I watched. Like, man, you be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be right up and around where the crime and the drama happening at, and I'm gonna benefit off getting a little bit of the money, or you know what I'm saying? But you ain't thinking like, man, them bullets don't got no names on it, and the person you dealing directly with. You know what I'm saying? When them violent tendencies turn on to you, it's gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be exciting. And I'm gonna let y'all gotta watch the clip because it's crazy, right? And then, speaking of that, like, you wanna have some standards, but in the other clip I'm showing y'all, this woman, she got so many standards, dating standards. It's like an exam. She like, you can't wear gray sweatpants. You can't be stronger than her. You gotta be jealous of her dog, but you can't have a cat. It's like, I don't even know what she talking about. And then she tried to say it was one part in the clip. It's on one of them Steve Harvey advice things. It was one part on the clip. I don't even fuck with Steve Harvey like that, but he killed her. She was like, he was like, how you gonna get a man to not leave you or something like that if you got all these requirements? And she was like, my dog never left me or something like that. And he was like, shit, your dog ain't gotta live up to the shit on the list. He was like, if the dog had to live up to this list, he would have been gone. The dog happy, like, man, I'm happy I ain't a human. Cause you hard on humans, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, and these unrealistic dating preferences, that's what drive the phenomenon of the passport bros, where a lot of these guys who got means, emphasis, means, are getting their passports and going overseas, you know what I'm saying, and finding girls over there who was raised in a different culture, a little bit less hot, you know what I'm saying, a little bit less, I gotta get what I can out of this man before he ultimately go to jail and crash and burn. You want somebody that's gonna kind of assist you if you on the upward trajectory. If you a mama's boy, you ain't never seen nothing but your mama crying, complaining, getting beat up, you gonna be looking for, you know what I'm saying, somebody from the period poo factory, you know what I'm saying, to give all your money to before you go to jail. But the passport bros, it's a bunch of guys, they going overseas, they looking for women from different cultures, and supposedly the narrative is all the dudes that nobody want. But this black woman went over there and she was like, man, it ain't true. She was like, them guys got money. And I'm thinking like this, how could it be the dudes who they dusty? Cause they say they dusty, all that, the ones nobody want. But how the fuck am I dusty and all that shit if I got the means to go get my passport, go have money to travel, go to Colombia, know where Colombia even is on the fucking map, you know what I'm saying, and take all that time and effort to do all that shit? It be the niggas that y'all like that's sitting at home thinking, you know what I'm saying, a big booty is the best thing since sliced bread. Them the guys that y'all want, so all y'all gotta get is a BBL and have a stanky attitude, and they gonna stick around forever, you know what I'm saying? Them are the guys that don't never get their passport. Man, I ain't never leaving the block. Like, you know what I mean? So I would think, why would y'all think the passport bros are the dusty ones and not the ones that can't even get a passport? Man, I got too many felonies, dog. She gonna have to get my passport, man. That's why I love her. I'm gonna use the money bag voice every time I just give up and shit for a BBL. Nah, but so we gonna check these clips out. We got some good ones, man. Like I told y'all, Monday be my slow day. I don't know why. I guess everybody Monday just got that feeling in the air like that. But yeah, y'all stick around though, man, because it's definitely gonna be a good one. Y'all know what we gotta do first and foremost. Get these analytics in order, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna do that, and then we gonna come right back and get right into it. Mac World Live, baby. I ain't gonna take too long either, because I gave y'all the long intro, so I'm gonna take a little bit of time just to get everything good. Let's go. Baby, lately you been tripping. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. It's not working. It's not worth it. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Big fat knots on me, bitch. I'm on you in my zone, causing problems, talking to me like I'm not grown. Then you wondering why I'm gone, baby. Lately, you been tripping. I ain't fucking with you. I ain't fucking with you. It's not working. It's not worth it. What you want me to do? What you want me to do?
Me asking how this could happen and why Layla wasn't protected. Welcome to Viral Crimes.
Mac World live at 5, baby. What's going on? You already know who it is. It's your boy, Sean Mack, in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Tool Gang. We got EB in the building. We got Fresh in the building. We got Annette, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we got to get right into it, y'all. I already know what it is. You say you like the song? Thanks, Annette. You already know I like to play around in the studio a little bit. But this next clip, man, this shit ain't no joke. And it kind of tied with that intro I was giving y'all, man. It's some of these decisions that people is making that put them in these bad positions. And then you think, oh, well, I'm going to put up with this, I'm going to put up with that. But then what end up happening is you end up dragging other people into it. Families, kids, everything. Let's go.
He telling her in the background, go in the house, go in the house. We were both telling her, no, don't go in the house. And that thing though, she was like, Mom, and the phone hung up.
Layla was shot several times this morning, police say by Zeus's father. Layla was holding Zeus when it happened. He was also hit.
He did
Named her damn
get shot.
kid, Zeus.
Like, not Graves, he was shot.
Outside the hospital where he's healing, Layla's mother and sister
And we would say the only way we could get him away from her is if he's in jail.
tell us the man who killed her
But she was scared of him. She was in love with him, but she was scared of him.
should have been in jail.
There's no way that should have slipped where 7 felony bonds, the person was out. And I feel like my sister's blood is on their hands. Every year we celebrate his birthday. We have to celebrate losing my sister. She died.
Right there, that's the first thing right there, right? I'm definitely gonna let him cook because I want y'all to see this whole story, right? But that's the first thing right there, right off the bat, is she was scared of him, but she was in love with him. Like, how the fuck do that even work? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be scared. How you scared of somebody that you in love with? It's like, it's too much trying to play so many sides and trying to not look at the red flags. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, she wanted to live his life. She wanted to be up and around this dude. Obviously, if he got 7 felonies, he getting his money in the streets. If he bonding out bonds, 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 bonds. He got money for them bonds to keep getting out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just the beatings and all that she with him for. Trust me. So when she's scared, but she in love with him, man, you got to make a choice. You gonna have to make a smart choice, baby girl. And like everybody out, all the, you know what I'm saying, women out there, you can't play both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit'll backfire on you. Let's go.
I protected him, and all she ever did was protect her son. Want the best for her. All she lived for was her son.
This is the story of Layla Steele, a 24-year-old who was full of life, whose friends and loved ones described as having a heart of gold. Layla was the mother of a 1-year-old son and was eagerly anticipating her son's first birthday celebration. She wanted the day to be special since he was turning 1. Sadly, Layla was in an abusive relationship with her child's father, who was out on 7 felony bonds at the time and who she also had a protective order against. On July 1, 2021, at about 10:30 a.m., Houston police received a phone call reporting gunshots at an apartment building. Officers arrived to find a horrific scene, and this tragedy would leave many asking how this could happen and why Layla wasn't protected. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is a vibrant and diverse city located in the southern United States. As the 4th largest city in the country, Houston is known for its strong economy, with a large presence in the energy industry and home to NASA's Johnson Space Center. Houston is also recognized for its rich cultural scene, southern and international cuisine, and a thriving arts and music scene. Layla Steele was born on June 4, 1997, in New Orleans. Since she was 16 years old, she has been following her love for doing hair and her creativity by enrolling in cosmetology classes. On June 25, 2018, she was granted a master barber license by the state of Texas. She was very talented at doing locks and braids and would display her work on social media. She met a man by the name of Zacchaeus Gaston.
Oops, my bad. Look at this nigga right here. Like, look how dog look. Do this look do this look like he finna be the father you want for your kid, son, daughter, anything? This nigga look like AI generators. Show me if felony was a person. Black hoodie, ashy around the hoodie. You know what I'm saying? He can't keep the mug off his face. And when niggas be having a short haircut, but it still be rolled up in the little naps and shit. Oh, that's a thug. That's a thug for you right there. That's when they shit be this short, but it still get nappy. Like that be them badass little kids with them little nappy hairs like that. Like y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Like any other person, Layla was hoping this relationship would have a happy ending, but things would soon take a turn for the worst, especially after Layla gave birth to their son Zeus. Gaston had become abusive towards Layla, causing her to take a protective order out against him. Gaston was later charged with violating the protective order. Court records show Gaston was charged with assaulting Layla after he allegedly hit her in the head with a plastic bottle and threatened her with a gun during a dispute in September 2020. That case was dismissed by the court on June 29, 2021. Layla feared Gaston, but she was still in love with him according to her sister. The protective order would later be dismissed. She wanted Gaston to be a part.
See, so here we go, and this is what I really wanted to get to right here, and this is what get these hoes killed, and this what, you know, RIP to her and everything, and I ain't even talking about her specifically, but this is a perfect example. She kept getting protective orders on them, but then don't show up to court. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they think, oh, I'm gonna get this protective order on the dude, and that's my way of like slapping his hand or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then they'll do it, then they don't show up to court. They get these, they file these charges, but then they don't show up to be a witness for their own shit. They just skip their own court date. So the state got to throw it out. You know, so when her family talking about, oh, the blood is on the state's hands because he kept getting it, he had a protective order and all that, it's on her own hands too, because she wasn't cooperating purposely. You know what I'm saying? They do this a lot. I see this all the time. Like, this ain't nothing uncommon. And I don't know if y'all just caught what the narrator said, but he was explaining that she wanted him to be in her son's life. So that's another thing, man. Let me tell y'all girls this, man. You will die first before you force a man with using the kid to be in your life. It's not going, you can't do that. Don't try to do that. It's, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't recommend doing that. If a man could have his own flesh and blood abandoned, and you think you finna, and that kind of man that would abandon his own flesh and blood, if you think you're gonna force him using the kid in any type of way, the only thing standing between him and what he perceive as the freedom to do what he want to do is your ass. So you putting your head on the chopping block. He gonna knock you upside your head. What they say, you hit her upside the head with a bottle at first and some other stuff and threatened her with a gun, and the judge dismissed it because she ain't come to court.
2021. Layla feared that case was dismissed, threatened her with a gun during a dispute in September 2020. That case was dismissed by the court on June 29, 2021. Layla feared Gaston, but she was still in love with him according to her sister. The protective order would later be dismissed. She wanted Gaston to be a part of their son's life. She posted, "I'm not a father and could never be a father. I'm a full woman."
Look at this poetic ass excuse she made. Hold on, let me get myself out the way. She made a poetic ass excuse. She was like, "I am not a father. I am a full woman." But you was a full woman when you cocked your legs open to this dude you knew wasn't no father figure and ain't had no plans on it. Let's go.
Order would later be dismissed. She wanted Gaston to be a part of their son's life. She posted, "I'm not a father and could never be a father. I'm a full woman. I could never teach my son how to be a real man. I wouldn't know where to start. That's why it's a must my baby daddy remain in my son's life. I'm a mother. On Mother's Day, I deserve to be praised. But on Father's Day, Zeus daddy 100% in his life and behind him."
She said that's why it's a must that her son's father remain in his life. Like, this is what I got to say about that. Like, you get this dude, and let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about these situations like this. It's like, let's look at like Blueface and Krishan or something like that, right? Y'all think it be the dude using the girl. You know what I'm saying? It be the girl using the dude so she don't gotta do shit with herself. The girl always get looked at like the victim no matter how bad the decision she making. She just gotta get with the dude, a guy that look like he worse than her. You know what I'm saying? So when she sit up and she talk the shit like, "Oh man, he might have bust me upside my head and he pulled a gun on me and all that, but I want him to be in his son's life." Like, nah, she need that nigga to be so she could keep scapegoating him because she don't want to do shit with herself. I got a tenant like that right now. The nigga beat her up all the time. He do all type of shit. And then she constantly let him come back because without him around, she would have to do something with herself. I seen her when he ain't around, when he be completely out the picture, and she don't do shit. She don't clean her house dirty, her kids bad. You know what I'm saying? But when this nigga come around, she could say like, "Oh, he's beating me and I'm putting all my resources into helping him." Like, nah. No, that's just like you using him. You need somebody fucked up, more fucked up than you. And that's what's going on right here. But let me tell you, that shit could backfire on your ass. Don't always think you gonna get this dude who got less than you that you could burn his clothes and do all this and he gonna always come back. It's cool to have that power that you probably seen your mama have from back when in the welfare era, you know what I'm saying, the mass incarceration era, where a lot of dudes found themselves in positions needing a lot of these girls for they checks, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like, don't let that gas you up, because nowadays these niggas will beat you upside your head over a little bit of nothing. Let me see. Laris, how you say that? Loris, say self-imposed, exactly. And Rick say they live in victimhood, in the victimhood. He said, he called it the victimhood. I like that. They live in the victimhood and they need somebody to blame. And that's exactly true. Like, yeah, it's a slick little dynamic that I noticed. A lot of these girls, like, listen, I done met girls and they was like, "Yeah, I know you told me you could cook. I know you told me, like, you know, you own your crib. I know you told me." But they was like, "I thought you was just jacking." To, you know, like, dudes say shit. And the girl told me, she was like, when I actually seen it, she was like, "I ain't gonna lie, I was intimidated." She was like, "Cause I ain't like, but it's, and this was so crazy. She said when she actually seen my, like, my crib and all that shit, she was intimidated. But what's crazy was what got her to the crib was her thinking I was lying about all that shit. She was cool with, if I had been lying and really wasn't shit and really wasn't doing shit with myself, she was finna bust it wide open. She was cool with that. But when she seen I wasn't lying, that intimidated her. And that, I always thought about that, like, man, these hoes be looking for somebody who they know ain't got shit going on so they could be special. You know what I'm saying? Even like the girl I'm telling you about, she fucked with a dude. I had to check her because I was like, you know, she's a mayonnaise chick with a nice little body on her. And I was telling her, I'm like, see, but you like messing with these dudes that they gonna think you something just because you're mayonnaise. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a Caucasoid, and they gonna be like, oh man, I got the white girl and all that. But I'm like, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, I'm like, you wouldn't even kick it with no black woman that got her shit together. Cause she would look at you like, why am I here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I told her that it's crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? And she said she was praying you wasn't, praying I wasn't who I said I was, bro. Ain't that Rick though? Ain't that crazy, bro? Ain't that crazy? Like, that's ass backwards, but that's like ingrained into the fucking culture. And in this case, it turned deadly. Let's go.
So he deserves all the praise. Zeus daddy, mother. On mother, that's why it's a must my baby daddy remain in my son's life. I'm a mother. On Mother's Day, I deserve to be praised, but on Father's Day, Zeus daddy 100% in his life and behind him, so he deserves all the praise. When Gaston and Layla's son turned 1 on July 1st, 2021, she wanted to do something special for him. She loved her little boy Zeus, and she worked hard to make sure he had everything he needed. She showered him with lots of love, and his first birthday was a very special day for her. On July 1st, 2021, Layla was preparing for her 1-year-old birthday.
Man.
At some point she got into an argument with Gaston and went outside of the residence. Other residents reported that they could hear the two arguing and engaged in some sort of altercation. Layla called her mother and was on the phone with her mother when Gaston started to yell for her to get back inside the residence. Layla's mother then heard her call out, "Mom. Mom." Then the line went dead. Neighbors reported that Gaston just started shooting Layla while she was holding their 1-year-old son. He shot her 4 times. One of the bullets would hit his son in the ankle. 911 calls were made to Houston police around 10:30 in the morning, reporting gunshots at an apartment complex off West Park Drive in West Houston. Police responded to the scene of the shooting. They discovered a woman who had been shot 4 times and was in critical condition. Family members would later identify the victims as Layla Steele and her 1-year-old son Zeus. First responders performed CPR on Layla as she was transported by ambulance to the hospital. They were able to get her pulse back, but tragically, she would not survive her injuries and would eventually be pronounced dead. 1-year-old Zeus was transported to the hospital in stable condition with a gunshot wound to the leg. He went into surgery to repair his ankle. Gaston fled the scene on foot after the shooting. He was out on 7 felony bonds at the time and also wearing an ankle monitor.
Out on 7 felony bonds, and she's still trying to get dude to be in her kid's life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you gotta not be brainwashed and realize that in real life, a nigga rapping on a song about doing all this shit, he's doing his job, rapping, selling you the lies. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, keep you geeked up and shit. But in reality, no nigga having 7 felonies and doing all this shit is finna be able to really do nothing with himself. You know what I'm saying? So the last thing you should do is jump up and get his man a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. Maybe we gotta do better, man. And I'm gonna tell you like this, like, shit, we might got the keys, man, but we can't, you know, y'all the gatekeepers. So it's like, we can't, what we seeing out here, man, is a result directly of the people that, you know, the women I feel like in our community is choosing to have their babies with. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit crazy. And I be having girls asking me like, y'all want to have no more kids, because they see my daughter doing good and graduated and nice and respectful and all that. But nah, I don't want to have no more kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Fuck you mean? I'm done with that shit. Like, not with you, shit. You think you just finna get blessed with some good genes and have motherfucking 7 felony Ray Ray trying to be stepdad for a week to my daughter before he knock you upside your head and you call me back like, he done knocked me upside my head. Like, nah, man, let's go.
2 witnesses at the apartment complex told investigators they heard arguing and saw the couple fighting over a backpack. One witness said they heard Gaston say, "See what you finna make me do," before pulling a black pistol on Layla as she held their child. Another witness told investigators they saw Gaston shoot Layla in the torso once, in which she collapsed to the ground and covered her son. That witness says Gaston stood over Layla and fired 4 to 5 more times. The witness said they observed Gaston hitting
These be the same girls, right?
the victim in the head, and they shouted at him to stop. That's
They be like, he crazy, girl, he crazy.
when the
until
witness
he
said
turned it
Gaston
on
ran
their
off,
ass.
leaving the backpack and his
They like it till they, you know what I'm saying, till it turned deadly.
eye.
My I don't know what's up with my YouTube tripping right now. Hold on, y'all. This ain't. I don't know what's going on with this.
His ID behind.
Now to a developing story. Police are searching for the shooter accused of killing a mother and wounding her young baby boy.
Police say the mother was shot at least 4 times while holding her 1-year-old son at the Apex at Royal Oaks apartment complex on West Park Drive near Willcrest. KPRC2's Vincent Crivelli spoke to the victim's sister and joins us live with the very latest. Vince.
Yeah, Lisa, good morning. The sister of the victim is outraged. She says the shooter is the baby's father, who is out on bond. She says the justice system failed her family when he was released from jail. Shots fired,
Now
4
this
bullets
the
strike a
bullshit
mother,
right here. How
while
they
one
feel?
hits her
How the justice
1-year-old
system
son.
feel?
I'm sad, but I'm angry. I'm more angry than I am sad.
This is Jazz Coulibaly. Her little sister, Layla Steele, was killed in the shooting.
I raised her basically growing up.
Steele's 1-year-old son, Zeus, was shot in the leg. Today, he's undergoing surgery, according to Coulibaly.
But the hardest part is that my sister died and it could have been prevented.
Detectives believe the killer is the baby's father, who has an ankle monitor and was out on 7 major felony bonds.
My sister had a protective order. He was arrested for violating the protective order, and that case was dismissed. Now my sister's dead.
She not telling it. She not telling the whole truth though. Look, and that's what I'm talking about. So like, really, we don't gotta go through the rehashing of it. I'll wrap it up for her. Look, it's like this. It's getting a little hot in here. My bad. It's like this, man. It's like, why go through the shit, you know, to play with the law and be half stepping on, you know, taking care of the situation, because eventually you're not gonna have no legal coverage. You're not gonna have no options like that. And that's what happened with her sister. It's so crazy to see, like, still after her death, y'all not taking accountability for the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she chose to be with dude. You know what I'm saying? And like Rick said, did the justice system fail while he was in her guts? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, she chose that shit. She was like, whenever you got to make a Facebook post to try to explain to everybody that you're a woman, you're only a woman, so you need him around just because you a biological woman. No other traits he bring into the picture, but that he the father and you're a biological woman. Like, man, you already setting him and yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because like I said, man, it's gonna have to be people, like, it's the standards that you have. And so I say it's a thing with the women in our community. Like Rick said, another thing Rick said, he said, why you messing with a criminal? We ain't talking about a thug. You know, y'all think y'all just gonna get a light thug, you know what I'm saying? Somebody with mama issues and like to take it out with anger and cry a little bit on y'all shoulder in the dark or something like that. Keep a pistol on them and shit so they don't look weak. And you know, y'all just want a little light thug, like something y'all could kind of have like an accessory. No, this nigga's a criminal. He's a real criminal. He's knocking hoes upside their head with bottles. He's committing felonies. He's out here. He's with the shit. So when you think you gonna stand in his way and you ain't got nothing to really hold him back, but the hoo-ha he done already had and the kid he don't want, they said he just start shooting at her and the kid. Choose better. You know what I'm saying? Choose smarter. Think about the future. Don't think about right now. Don't think about the stories you could tell your friend. He crazy, girl. He crazy, because you ain't gonna be telling him when he kick you upside your head with his prayers, YouTube. You know, so have some better standards and shit, but don't have no standards like this, though. Let's go.
Let's check it out.
Heather bought me her list of requirements, so let's check them out. He must be between 30 and 45, financially stable, no kids, 5'10" or taller, no hookups or flings, ready to settle down, no roommates, no smoking, must love dessert, and can't be anti-sugar. What's the deal with the desserts?
Well, okay, that's a really important one, because I'm the founder and CEO of my own frosting company. And so it's
All right, guys, we're done here. Thanks for watching.
an all-natural gourmet frosting, and so I make a lot of desserts. Okay. And I do a lot of, you know, trade shows and making desserts. So he has to like dessert. If he doesn't like dessert, it's totally a deal breaker.
Right, totally a deal breaker.
Totally a deal breaker.
Okay, but there's some more requirements, so let's take a look at these. Must be honest, reliable, sweet and kind, quick-witted, romantic, must love food, must pay on the first date, no flowers on the first date, must be a social drinker, and must never wear sweatpants. What?
This ain't even like real shit. This all you got on here is things.
No, the last guy I dated, we fought all the time because he wanted to go to Starbucks
assignment
in sweatpants
fucking with this girl
and go to breakfast in sweatpants, and no one should be doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, we got some more requirements, but we don't have no more room.
More requirements.
Guys, let me get one of the pillars over here. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Must be adventurous, must be humble, must be spontaneous, must be a planner, can't be self-centered, can't be cocky, must love dogs, can't own a dog from a breeder, can't be jealous of her dog, and can't own a cat. The hell, what? You can't have a dog from a breeder?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Steve, there's so many dogs out there.
And you're gonna own all of them.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
Oh, man.
That are in need of homes, that are shelter dogs, and they're really sweet, great dogs. So any guy that's going to spend a ton of money to buy a purebred dog, it just says something about his character. I don't like that.
Yeah, he wants a dog?
He can adopt.
Okay.
Why do that
These
matter?
women are over here cheering. Listen, you might be thinking
like,
to yourself,
you
this is for
retarded. Rick said,
television.
get her some peanut
No,
butter
man.
and
Listen,
a great
these women
thing,
exist,
and
bro. This
that's
chick
gonna
is
be her
dead
man.
serious. I know you don't want to believe it. I'm telling you, she's dead serious.
Okay, he can't be jealous of your dog?
So the last guy I dated, he admitted after a few months that he was jealous of my dog, and he was kind of mean to my dog in the beginning. And he said that I gave my dog more attention than I gave to him.
Did you?
Well,
Because all she knows are dogs and cats.
I mean, my dog never fought with me.
That's because your dog ain't got to live up to all them damn requirements. Your dog probably go to hell. Woo! Man, damn, glad I'm a dog.
Hey, that's the one right there. Look, she got all them damn requirements, right? Like the whole list full of requirements she got. And it's like, is it really meant? You got to think about it like this, y'all. Is it really meant for a man to even really meet all them requirements, or is it really just meant for her to be able to have an excuse of why she don't got a man. You know what I'm saying? It's shit about, like, she seem annoying as fuck, right? But it's hard for some people to face that. Like, man, you just not somebody that people really want to be around like that. So, like, y'all ever seen like a real, like, it might be a big greasy fat girl with a ring around her mouth, like it's one that be on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? And it's a fine fat girl, so the fat part ain't really it, right? But it'll be like a big greasy ass girl, and she'll be talking about, for a man to date me, he gotta have this, he gotta have that, like he gotta, you know why they be doing that shit? Because they want it to not seem like it's not against their will that they can't find nobody. It's something wrong with this chick. For her to have all these requirements like this, there's something wrong with her ass. Like, people not feeling her like that, but she trying to cover it up by saying like, oh, I have all the requirements. Like, no guys can meet my requirements. Man, look, ain't nobody trying to meet their requirements. Hey, Rick said her lips look like sandpaper. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, like, you know, I'm gonna say this: being with somebody, fucking off with somebody is one thing. You could pass the test physically, but actually being with somebody, especially for a man, it's like, why go get milk if you got the cow? Like, so we not gonna, you know, if we could get what we want from you physically, it ain't no need to up it to being in an emotional situation with you if we not feeling you like that. So apparently people just not feeling her like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they got some more pillars for some more rules. Let's see.
Ready? Must be in shape. Can't have six-pack abs. Can't have
a six-pack.
Can't be too skinny. Can't have a runner's physique. Can't be stronger than me. Can't be obsessed with sports. Can't be a hunter. Can't own a boat. Can't be a gamer. Can't be materialistic. I'm out.
What can you do, bro? And then look at her. Just look at her for a second, man. Come on. Do this look like, is this the face of somebody who you finna let make all them rules for you in life? I know I ain't letting this hoe tell me nothing. She getting sprayed down and kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Sandpaper lips, like Rick said. Ursula looking ass. Let's go.
That would be out.
You damn rude. You mean as a motherfucker. And how you got a dimple under your eye? Your dimple ain't even in the right place. Like, that shit just look, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping because I don't like the hoe.
That would be out.
Can't be materialistic. What does that mean? He can't want anything?
He can't want to buy things all the time.
Can you talk to my wife?
Probably.
Okay, let's keep going. Must respect a gluten-free diet. Can't be too close to family and friends. Must open doors for me. Must be willing to move someplace warm. Must love traveling. Can't brag about traveling. We can go there, but you can't tell nobody.
Hey man, I'm done, bro. I'm done. That shit it's absolutely ridiculous. Must love traveling, can't talk about traveling. Must love, like, it's like must love the game, can't want to discuss the game. Must take 2 steps forward, but must want to take 1 step back. Like, what is you talking about? Like, some people is just annoying. Personalities grading, you know what I'm saying? And it's a certain amount of, you wonder how she could even realistically be like this, right? Cause I'm gonna tell you like this, it's something called hypergamy. Hypergamy is what we got nowadays in the modern dating culture due to social media. Like, if you don't like somebody, you can move on right away. Boom, 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 boom. People hooking up right away, people leaving each other right away. You know what I'm saying? People get together, people, yeah, I like you, let's fall in love, let's take some pictures, boom, boom, in a relationship. Oh, you didn't text me back, oh, we broke up, nah, you must have got with somebody else, boom, boom, pow, ping, pow, we broke up. And then next thing you know, you with somebody else. It's called hypergamy. And we got that. So that has a lot of women, especially here, you know what I'm saying, feeling like, well, I always got a choice. I could always choose somebody if I can make a list that's as long as I want, because there's always gonna be guys that are gonna try, and you know what I'm saying, whatever, just an endless supply. So the birth of that hypergamy really is what led to the next thing that I'm showing y'all in the next clip, which is the Passport Bros. If y'all know what the Passport Bros is, you know, but if you don't know, it's like how could I put it? Like it's a division, a trend of well-to-do guys or guys who are not into dating women who've been raised in Western culture. You know what I'm saying? And as the culture get less traditional and more, you know what I'm saying, hypergamous, more hot girl, more they like, nah, we finna go find some other girls. So apparently they say that, oh, it's only the dudes who nobody want, but we got a different perspective on it from some boots on the ground. Let's go.
Yeah, I like the rice.
Ooh, she fine.
Rice.
Yo, shout out to Bandana Travels, man. I think I've seen him in the comments of my videos a few times, man. I think he watches my content. But if not, I still highly recommend y'all watch his content as well as other.
Yeah, shout out to Bandana Travels. Is one of
What's
the
going on YouTube?
good
Is
Passport
Bros
Bros channels. You know what I'm saying?
Video
just so y'all
Black
know.
Man Traveler Vietnam.
Hold on, I ain't mean to fast forward, but
So,
into the amount of black men that are.
Go ahead and
all
jump
right,
into
so
these
check it out.
I was speaking to the amount of black men that are currently in Cartagena. So, just to be clear, what made this very interesting to me, and this is not my first time in Cartagena, however, my first time in Cartagena was during the pandemic, and so it just wasn't nearly as busy. So this was my first time experiencing Colombia, I think in a more realistic form of just what, you know, the average flight consists of. And it was a extremely large amount of black men. And for reference, I'm a full-time travel content creator, which means I am traveling all around the world, often on flights all the time. And I can honestly say that it is very rare for me to see a large number of black men on a flight that I'm on. It is very, 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 very rare. So to arrive and have a flight full of men, but also to see other flights full of men, and the customs line was crazy long. So when I say that there were black men everywhere, I literally mean there were black men everywhere. But what was the most jarring to me is the realization that I think there's a lot of discourse on the internet, and there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's just dusties, it's just broke men, it's just men that other women wouldn't date. I saw lots of very attractive men. I saw lots of men who looked like they had means. They looked like they had their stuff together. They were dressed well, they had good luggage. Like these were not men that.
She got some backlash for this because this ain't what they wanted to hear. They want to hear that every dude that was going over there was just going over there because they was desperate, not because they just had options. That's options. I swear to God, these girls, these macho hoes, these hot girls, whatever, all this shit, all these, what's their worst nightmare? It's NWO. You know what NWO is? Niggas with options. Let's go.
You're just like, oh, girl, nobody wants them. And so for me, the video really just came from the actual shock of, oh, y'all really be outside with it. Y'all are really coming to Colombia, and this is the type of time that you're on. And I say that because I didn't just see men like, okay, cool, like you're going to Colombia with your homeboys. What was the most shocking to me as I was waiting for my Uber, there were women in club dresses picking up men, and the time was very much like, oh, you've been here before, but it's your homeboy's first time, and she brought somebody for him. And that had me like, oh, okay. And, you know, I see that there's a lot of commentary about what black women look like or people's shapes and sizes. And yes, like some of the Colombian women that I've seen are beautiful, and some of them are mid and some of them are not. And I think women all over the world look different ways and have different body types. And so it's super fascinating to me, the energy that is just rooted in, oh, well, you know, the reason why black men are going to Colombia is because black women are not desirable. That's wild and egregious. Ain't nobody got time for that. But
It
also
ain't got
too, I
nothing to do
will
with
say, as
black
a
women
woman who's
being. It ain't got nothing to do with black women being undesirable. It's just that, man, we got a culture, um, in America. Like, you know what they did to black people was strip their culture from them and shit. Gave them some white last names and all that. And then collectively, we are fed our culture from pop culture. You know what I'm saying? We are fed our culture from TV. One minute they want us to be. And unfortunately, we all fall into it as a means of survival. One minute it's like they want you to be this way, then they want you to be that way. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of let you know what they want you to be by what they glorify or what they let slip through the cracks. They could condemn it or not. So now it's like they condemning black male masculinity and encouraging black female masculinity. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big thing now. And like, a lot of men just ain't feeling that shit. Like, hey man, I'm finna go with a girl, still act feminine at and still want to be with a man who a man, and not look at it like, oh, we gotta compete over who wear the pants and all that. It ain't got nothing to do with the women being undesirable, because a lot of these women that they go meet in other countries are of some form of African or descent or something like that, or ethnic descent. Let's go.
been in Colombia, I also feel like the energy of men here is just predatory. I was at dinner last night and a table full of men came up to myself and the two girls that I was having dinner with, and the energy was very much like, what's up with it? Come through. We got a boat tomorrow. And these weren't black men. These were men from Mexico, men from North Carolina who were white men, and men from other parts of South America. And the energy was very much just like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. And I feel like, you know, that is the energy of men traveling to Colombia. And what's even more interesting is that all the black men that I saw at the airport, I ain't seen none of them in the streets. And I would only assume that's because they laying down somewhere. So
Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? She said when she went there, it was some motherfuckers. They was thirsty. They was coming up to her on some, what's up? We here. We trying to do this. We trying to do that. But she said it wasn't no black man. Y'all heard that, right? She said it was white man. It was like man from like Indian dude, shit like that, looking for some girls. She said the black man wasn't nowhere to be seen. And she said because they already straight. They already situated. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even down there. Look, you go down there, man. Listen, I bet a black man with money, you good anywhere in the world. Don't let the hood rat at this end of the block and that end of the block drain your money on 4-for-4s and fucking jewelry and shit and bags. Take that money and go get you a fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? From somewhere else, or use it where it's appropriated at. Not even like buying a chick or nothing like that. Like use your means to be able to get to where the type of woman you desire is at, and that's what they doing. She said she ain't seen no black dudes around looking for no girls. You know what I'm saying? She said it was white dudes, other type of dudes. She said black dudes, she assumed they already where they need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I could definitely dig that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
a lot of my followers saw my video about the passport bros in Colombia, and were basically saying like, oh, when I was there, black men wouldn't even acknowledge me. They wouldn't look in my general direction. They wouldn't speak at all. And I had a lot of followers saying that. That has not been my personal experience. Last night I went to dinner. I saw two guys. They both spoke. They were actually kind of like, moderately flirtatious. I've seen, some other men, and they've kind of like barely, it's very much giving like, girl, don't look too much. You don't need to see all this. But it's been a mixed bag for me. I wouldn't say that every man that I've seen hasn't spoken, but I'm also going to be honest and say that for the number of men that I saw in the airport, and especially in a place like this, because it's small, the walled city is small, Hexamani is small, the weather's been bad, so I haven't done a boat trip yet. I'm sure there will be lots of people, doing boat trips, but for the amount of black men that I saw in the airport, I have not seen a fraction of them in the street. And just so you understand how small it is, I was at dinner last night, and there was about 7 girls on my flight. They all were having dinner, you know, at the table behind me. So it's very common to just be bumping into people.
And she said she ain't see them nowhere, the passport bros. They was already put up. They was already getting taken care of. They already had their feet kicked up, you know what I'm saying? Smoking a nice Cuban cigar somewhere with the Colombian baddie of their choice. They ain't going down there to scramble, cause look, one thing they want everywhere is a black man, you know what I'm saying? But one thing they gonna tell a black man is they gonna be like, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that, because they gotta break you down to get what they want from you. Everybody talking about the black man ain't this or that, want something from them. They want you to shoot they ball. They want you to rap they song. They want you to have a baby, have their baby, so you can pay them child support with your hard-earned hustle or your hard-earned work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they try to do, and that's why they ain't see him, because they already went down there. That's why she ain't see him. They was already down there situated.
That was even my experience on my last trip. So, yeah.
That's the whole of it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, you're not gonna be able to really travel without no means, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like the average nigga sitting around in the house dusty eating Cheetos and, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, and just be like, man, I wanna go to Colombia. I'm gonna go to Colombia and get a girl. You know what I'm saying? It don't even work like that. You know what I mean? It's gonna take some research. It's gonna take some financial means. It's gonna take some know-how, and you just gotta be a certain type of person to travel anyway and conduct yourself. If you can't really talk to no girls and you ain't got no experience going down there where the girls is super fine and there's plenty people down there, you're not gonna have no more extra luck, you know what I'm saying? So for the most part, I think it was cool that she kept it real and shattered the myth, like, hey, it ain't all just people going there who y'all think is losers and shit like that. It's actually some people that, no, they want to see something different. And I think if y'all didn't notice, it was like shocking and a little bit alarming to her. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it is, though, man. Don't nobody want to be in these toxic love stories. Don't nobody want to deal with these lists. You know what I'm saying? So kind of got to do what you got to do. I just say, man, go where, you know what I'm saying, the love is at. It's all good to love somebody when what? Somebody loves you back, damn it. And I'm going to end it like that, man. Shout out to the whole Tool gang, man. We got Ricky in the building. Shout out to the winning team. We got EB in this thing, you know what I'm saying? The net made fresh, you know. And if you ain't hit that like button, hit that like. Help me get in the algorithm and shit. We trying to blow this little corner of YouTube up, you know what I'm saying, to a block, you know what I'm saying? There we gonna turn it into a whole community, you feel me? So yeah, man, I appreciate that like. I appreciate y'all viewership. Appreciate y'all watching. We gonna be back tomorrow live at 5. So until then, later, y'all. I'm gone.